Hey everybody, the trial this week is Cooperation, and the car restriction is a 1965 Mini Cooper S tuned to a raging D500. And for that reason, I am in this 1965 Mini Cooper S. Tune is up there on the screen and down in the description below. Let's take a look at the races. The first one is Lookout Circuit, and then we have Chihuahua Circuit, and we finish up with Los Jardines Circuit. Alright, let's find ourselves a team. And there's the team. Okay, here we go, race one. Alright, and once again, this is the second time I am doing this, because once again I had OBS recording problems. And it's not OBS's fault, it's probably this 5-year-old laptop. So just something I need to deal with. A note on the car here though. So this is actually kind of interesting this week. Even though it's a D500, there's two approaches, in my opinion, I guess, how you could tune this thing. You could upgrade the tire compound, and it all revolves around the tire compound. Upgrade the tire compound, make it a whole lot easier to handle, but you can put no power, basically, into this thing. Or, what I'm driving now is, I'm using stock tires, and I packed a whole ton of power into this thing, but it is quite a bit harder to control. I will provide the tune for the one that's easier to drive down below as well, so you have a choice. Use this one, which has quite a bit more power, but it's a little slidey and kind of harder to control. If you're the type of player that just slams down on the throttle, you're going to really have a hard time, especially on some corners and whatnot. But anyway, I found it kind of interesting, actually, tuning this week. I went for the power one. I mean, it is faster. It's quite a bit faster. But my little testing, it was 2 or 3 seconds per lap faster on some other track, my main test track that I use. That's why I went with this one. Like I said, sometimes you get the occasional comment like, hey man, I use your tune all the time. This week was kind of hard to control. It's when sometimes I'll favor power over handling. It's those weeks. And this was a good week to do that in. As you can tell, we are torching everybody. Way up in first here. A lot of power in this D500. And it handles well enough. It's not like we're trying to drive a brick here or anything. It's just a little slidey. You do have the downforce cranked pretty far up there on the rear, but it's stock tires. That's what it is. And stock tire on this ancient Mini is it's like a bicycle tires. That's awful. But it'll do. We're getting there. Looking at the leaderboard, we are crushing everybody. The team and everyone. And for some reason, 2 teammates are stock. Don't know if people think if it's a specific car that you have to drive it in stock, but I mean, it says right there you can be D500, so. But it does seem to be happening more and more. Having people whip out the old stock car for whatever reason. That seems to be more frustrating. It drives me crazy driving a stock car. Talk about hard to drive, holy cow. But 2 other teammates. We only have 5, by the way, too. Something else to mention. Not sure why there's only 5 of us, but whatever. Regardless, this is an easy win here. Oh, we've got to bounce off at least 1 wall per race. This is the trial after all. Okay, wrapping up the race here. First place in this one. Team crushed it as well. And there you have it. Smoked the drivatars, moving on to race 2. Alright, race 2. And this one, as you can clearly see, is in the rain. So it does make these stock tires a little bit harder. Holy cow. You always just torpedo yourself into everyone else, I guess. But it does make these stock tires a little bit harder to drive on this one. And you'll notice I'll struggle a little bit more. I did the first time I did this, but did well enough though. Oh, the dude boxing me. Oh, Nelly. I'm a lot faster than he is, but on these curves, ooh, I can't, really put too much speed in these curves. There's a big sharp curve right here too. Oh, passing the dude. Alright. Now get a little bit more straight away here, and I should be able to pull away a bit. So I do like the power in this car. I gotta bounce off, like I said, I gotta bounce off at least one wall. It's very slidey though. Okay, looking at the leaderboard, we are killing it once again. Just leaving the drivatars in the dust. Man, these turns though, it is definitely an adventure going on these curves. On the stock tire here. Ooh, kind of like pumping the throttle a little bit. And yeah, it is harder to drive, so that's why I gave that disclaimer out. And that's also why I'm providing the much easier to drive tune as well, but like I was saying, it has no power. Well, it has power, of course, but it doesn't have hardly any power upgrades. Holy cow, that wasn't a great turn. Either tune should do, but if you just want an easier drive, go ahead and pick up that handling tune. If you want more of a challenging drive or you get some good speed, leave everybody in the dust, you can pick up this tune. Or you can tune it yourself. Or you can use somebody else's tune. Whatever you guys want. Ooh, almost missed that checkpoint. We are on the last lap. Alright. You can tell I put some really good distance between me and the second place dude on the second half of these laps. These laps here, where it's really turny, it gets a lot harder. But still, doing fine. We will finish up first. A few more curves. And if I did just floor it around these bends, I may be sliding into the wall and I'd be out of control. And so, like I said, just be careful on this tune. It's not nearly as hard as some of those power tunes. I don't know if you guys ever tried those power tunes where, they're rear wheel drive. Shoot, they have like 500,000 horsepower. Not 500,000, but you get what I'm saying. They weigh like 5 pounds. I mean, they're just super, super, geared towards the best lap times. And those ones will give you the top scores and whatnot, but they are so hard to drive. Alright, here we are, wrapping it up. Done with the trial, second time around. Let's get to the finish line here.